Listen, everyone, I need you to hear me right now. Life is not going to hand you success. You've got to fight for it. You've got to claw, scratch, and grind for every inch. Some of you are waiting for the perfect moment, but let me tell you something. The perfect moment will never come. If you want to win, if you want to be unstoppable, you've got to build when you're tired. You've got to rise when you're broken. And you've got to keep going even when the world is screaming for you to quit. Success is not something that's handed to you. It's something you earn through grit, sweat, and sacrifice. Most people say they want success, but the moment life pushes back, they fold. The moment things get uncomfortable, they run. That's why so few actually make it to the top. Success doesn't respond to half-hearted effort. It doesn't reward the ones who dabble. It belongs to the relentless, the ones who refuse to quit even when every reason to quit is staring them in the face. When the road gets dark, when people stop believing in you, when the money isn't coming in, that's the moment that separates the average from the unstoppable. The relentless mindset says, I'm not leaving until I get what I came for. It's about staying in the fight even when your body is tired and your mind is screaming to give up. It's about pushing one more step, one more rep, one more day, because you know deep down that success is not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everybody would have it. You've got to decide that quitting is not an option. You've got to lock in so deep that even when doors close, you find another door, another window, another way. That's what separates winners from quitters. The relentless don't see obstacles as stop signs. They see them as challenges to overcome. They don't complain about the weight they carry. They get stronger from carrying it. Success belongs to the ones who are willing to lose sleep, sacrifice comfort, and give everything they've got. It belongs to those who will fight through rejection, fight through failure, fight through pain, and still keep showing up. Because when you refuse to break, eventually life has no choice but to give you what you work for. Every time you decide to chase something bigger than yourself, life will test it. The moment you commit to a dream, obstacles will show up. The moment you start moving toward your goal, distractions, setbacks, and challenges will line up to see how bad you really want it. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. They think chasing a dream is about excitement, passion, and instant success. But the reality is dreams come with a price. The bigger the dream, the bigger the test. Life will try to break the foundation you're building on. It will question your patience, your strength, and your faith. When you decide to build something meaningful, you can expect resistance. You'll face doubt from others, sometimes even from yourself. You'll face delays, failures, and countless moments when it feels like nothing is moving forward. And this is where most people quit. They see the test as a sign that maybe they weren't meant to do it. They see resistance as proof that it's not possible. But that's where they get it wrong. The test is not there to stop you. The test is there to shape you. The setbacks are not meant to break you. They're meant to prepare you. Every challenge is a question. How much do you want this? And your answer can't just be words. It has to be action. It has to be persistence. It has to be you refusing to quit when quitting looks like the easier option. If life didn't test your dream, everyone would have it. The struggle is proof that your dream is worth something. The fight is proof that it matters. And if you can keep pushing forward through the test, you'll come out stronger, sharper, and closer to the success you're chasing. Falling is not the end. It's part of the process. Too many people believe that failure disqualifies them. That one mistake or one setback means they aren't cut out for greatness. The truth is everyone falls, everyone stumbles, everyone makes choices they regret or faces moments that knock the wind out of them. What separates winners from the rest is not whether or not they fall, but what they do afterward. Winners rise. They get back up with more determination than before. They take the hit, they learn from it, and they use it as fuel to keep moving. An unstoppable mindset understands that setbacks are not permanent. Falling is only temporary if you refuse to stay on the ground. Every time you rise after being knocked down, you become stronger. Every time you bounce back, your resilience grows. The pain of failure sharpens you. The weight of rejection builds you. And the experience of struggle prepares you for the next challenge. That's why winners don't fear failure. They embrace it. They know it's a part of the journey. The people who lose are not the ones who fall. They are the ones who never rise again. They stay down. They accept defeat, and they convince themselves that success isn't for them. But those who win, They refuse to accept defeat as final. They rise every single time life throws them down. They rise when others laugh at them. They rise when doors slam in their faces. They rise when their body is exhausted and their spirit feels crushed. Falling 7 times and rising 8 is not just a saying, it's a mindset. It's the belief that no matter how many times life breaks you, as long as you get back up, you are still in the fight and you are still on the path to victory. Too many people sit around waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect resources to chase their dream. They tell themselves they'll start when they have more money, when they have more support, when the timing feels right. The truth is, if you keep waiting for perfect conditions, you'll be waiting forever. There will never be a moment when everything lines up exactly how you want it. Success doesn't wait for you to be comfortable. It demands that you move with what you have right now. You don't need the best equipment. You don't need everyone to believe in you. And you don't need the perfect plan. What you need is action. Start with the little you've got. Build with what's in your hands. Use your voice, your energy, your creativity, and your persistence. The world is full of people who had less than you and still built something great because they stopped making excuses and started moving. When you take action, doors begin to open. When you make progress, even in small steps, momentum starts to build. But if you stay still, waiting for the stars to align, nothing will change. Waiting breeds regret, while action breeds results. The courage to start, even when the conditions aren't ideal, is what separates achievers from dreamers. Every great success story began with someone who used what they had, not what they wished for. They didn't wait for approval. They didn't wait for resources. They didn't wait for comfort. They stepped out, they risked failure, and they grew through the process. The truth is, the perfect time to start will never come, but the best time to start is always now. The ones who win are those who act first and figure the rest out along the way. An unstoppable mindset is built on persistence. It's not about how fast you get there. It's about refusing to stop until you do. Too many people start strong, but the moment it takes longer than they expected, they lose focus. They want quick results. They want shortcuts. They want overnight success. But real success doesn't work that way. It doesn't come on your schedule. It comes when you prove you're willing to stay in the fight as long as it takes. Persistence means showing up day after day, even when the excitement fades. It means putting in the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one is telling you to keep going. Persistence is about building habits that push you forward, even when motivation disappears. It's about discipline. It's about deciding that quitting is not even on the table. There will be moments when you feel like nothing is working. You'll pour in effort and see no immediate results. That's where most people give up. But persistence says, I'm not here for instant gratification. I'm here for long-term victory. The longer you stay consistent, the closer you get. Success eventually bends to those who refuse to stop chasing it. Persistence is what carries you through failure, through rejection, through exhaustion. It's the voice inside that says, one more step, one more try, one more day. It's the determination to get back up when your body says no, when your mind is tired, and when circumstances scream that it's over. An unstoppable mindset doesn't calculate how many days it will take. It doesn't put an expiration date on effort. It declares, I will keep pushing, I will keep grinding, and I will keep fighting for as long as it takes until I win. Success is not a straight line, it's a cycle, and those who win understand that cycle. You build with what you have. You pour your energy, your focus, and your heart into creating something meaningful. But sooner or later, life pushes back. Things don't go as planned. Obstacles show up, and suddenly the structure you built starts to break. Most people panic when this happens. They see the breaking as failure. They assume that if something fell apart, it means they weren't good enough. But the truth is, breaking is part of the process. When things break, you learn, you discover what works and what doesn't. You see your weak spots. You find out what needs to be stronger. That breaking isn't the end. It's the lesson that prepares you for the next rise. Because once you've been broken, you have two choices. Stay down or rise stronger. And those who develop the unstoppable mindset always choose to rise. They don't stay in the rubble. They rebuild. They use the pain as motivation, the failure as fuel, and the lessons as bricks for their next foundation. The beauty of this cycle is that each time you go through it, you don't just rise back to where you were. You rise higher. Every break toughens you. Every rebuild sharpens you. Every rise takes you closer to the top. That's why the mindset of building, breaking, and rising is so powerful. You stop fearing setbacks because you know they're part of your growth. You stop being afraid of falling apart because you know you'll rise again. The unstoppable are the ones who embrace this cycle. They keep building, they keep breaking through challenges, and they keep rising above every setback. They repeat the process over and over until victory is no longer a possibility, but a reality. At the end of the day, it's simple. Either you keep fighting or you fold. Either you rise or you stay down. The choice is yours. But if you decide to be unstoppable, if you decide that nothing will break you, then no setback, no failure, no rejection can hold you back. Build with what you have. Break through every wall. Rise from every fall. And keep repeating the process until the victory is yours. Don't stop until you win, because the only way you lose is if you quit.